What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Twin Finance. My name is Dylan, and today we're going to be talking about my two best ways to invest your money that doesn't deal with the stock market. So the first way, and both these ways really, are going to be for investors that they want to see something physical. So I know a lot of people, maybe they've had a bad experience in the stock market or someone they know, or they've heard bad stories and they just don't want to be involved in the stock market. Well, these two ways are going to be for people that don't really want to deal with the stock market for whatever reason, and also want to see something physical. So the first way we're going to be talking about, guys, I'm sure if you watch my other videos, you already know a little bit about this, is I'm just going to put RE for real estate. So that's number one. So the big thing with real estate, obviously, um, I'm sure you guys know what real estate is. So obviously apartment buildings, it could be commercial buildings, it could be even just single homes that you're going to rent out, basement, upstairs, and whatnot, or it could even be duplexes, fourplexes, and whatnot. So a variety there. I'm just going to run over a few key things why real estate is a good way to invest your money if you don't want to invest in the stock market. So with real estate, you're also going to get the compounding effect each year, because each year real estate's going to rise, usually 4 to 5%. So it's going to beat inflation usually, but at least rise with inflation. The appreciation of the home. So say you have a $100,000 home, usually the next year it's going to be worth 104, 105. If you're in a hot real estate market, where I live, could be worth 20,000 more. If you have a $100,000 home next year, the market's been going pretty crazy where I'm at. So depending on that, guys, but usually that's the average. You can look that up to make sure. But yeah, that's usually the average. So you're going to get 4%, usually 5% appreciation on the value of your home. Another thing with real estate is I'm just going to write tax and then D for deductions. So real estate's going to obviously free up a lot of income of yours that you can deduct, obviously, because when you file your taxes at the end of the year, let's say the tax deduction you can deduct from your property is $10,000. Well, if you're taxed at a 25% rate, you're going to get $2,500 back in taxes, guys. And what that can do for investors, and this is why a lot of investors choose to do that, especially in higher income tax brackets, because if they're getting taxed at 40%, that means that deduction is going to be a lot more valuable to them. So as opposed to the stock market, you're not going to get a lot of deductions, so it's going to actually make you more money. So on paper, you're going to make less money because you're deducting money off so you're going to get taxed at a lesser rate, which is indirectly making you more money. It sounds a little complicated, guys, but I have another video on the channel if you want to see about real estate investing. So yeah, appreciation of your property, tax deductions, and also real estate. Another really good thing about it is I'm just going to write I for income, and for income investors, instead of putting it in a stock and getting a dividend, real estate's also going to give you income. If you're planning on renting for income, obviously not a lot of real estate investors just rent for what their mortgage and expenses are and just take the value of the property and just appreciate it. So obviously you're going to rent for income. So let's say you own an apartment building with 10 units for number's sake, and each unit's clearing you about $500 a month after expenses. Well, now you're netting $5,000 a month, which is also $60,000 on the year in income, plus property appreciation, plus tax deduction on the year. You're looking at a good amount of money you made that year off that property, guys. So a lot of big investors, like I said, and even smaller investors, just to lower their income tax bracket, and also maybe they like the physical part. So I'm just going to write over here P for physical. Actually, I'll spell it out. So physical. So unlike the stock market, it's actually, one day you want to just stop in and see your home that you own and you're renting out. You can, you can see where your money's going to. So I think this is why a lot of investors choose real estate. I really do like the real estate option. Yeah, that's my first best way, guys. The next way it's kind of similar, but not really. It's similar in the physical aspect. And the second best way for me, guys, well, this is actually probably the first best way. I wasn't really going off like the best ways, but these are just the two best ways. So real estate, and then depends what type of person you are on this one, but your own business. So it depends the type of person you are. Obviously, real estate could be better than your own business if you don't really want to start a business. But if you want to start your own business and you're interested in it, then this is probably the best way ever to invest your money. I'll tell you why. First off, the highest return is available through your own business. Now, obviously, there's some rare cases where, like, some investors have made, like the Bitcoin bubble, you got in at the bottom, sold at the top. Like, that's a hypothetical situation, guys. Like, not a lot of people did that. So, we're going to get in here in highest return. So, if you look at all the world's billionaires, what do they have in common? Well, they all own their own business. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett. They all own their own business. Why are they the richest people in the world? Well, they just grew with their business. They invested their money into their business. Yeah, it's kind of risky. 1 in 10 businesses fail, obviously. But with real estate, if you're an informed businessman and you're quite intelligent, you're obviously going to know how markets work and you're going to know how to mitigate risk. So I'm just going to write C for control because you have a lot of control. Obviously, it's your business. It's your money. You can choose what you want to do with it. So with business, you have total control and you can determine really how the success of your business does. Obviously, the market's going to reflect that, but hey, you can change your business if the market's not treating it very well. So I think that your own business, if you're an entrepreneur mindset and you really want to start your own business, I think that's probably the best way anyone can ever invest their money, simply based on the physical aspect. You can go there, you can see your business, you can, maybe you have a few employees to start out, you're helping people, they're paying the bills, they're feeding their kids with the income from your business, right? So you're going to feel good about that. And also the highest return, like I said, control, not to say that you should be a power tripper, but I'm saying you can dictate, like if you invest in a stock and the company goes sideways, like you're a shareholder, yeah, you have voting rights, but you can't just go in there and be like, all right, make this change, make that change. You're going to have to get a lot of the shareholders to do that. But if you're a CEO, you just go in there and call the shots, guys. So you have really, the sky's the limit with your own business. Look at Jeff Bezos, so he cracked 154 million last week when they hit $1 trillion. That's absolutely absurd, guys. Another good thing about business, and I think it's just about, I'm just going to write fulfillment, because I think with your own business too, guys, is it brings a lot of fulfillment. Like I said, you get employees, you get to see them grow, you get to see your business grow. I think that's really fulfilling for your own happiness too, guys. It's not always just about money. I think it's something you could look back and say, look, I created that. Yeah, you could say I created wealth, but I think business is really hands-on in that aspect, and I think that's really good about business. And obviously, just the process, I think with business, your own business, you get to really learn and develop as a person, more so than just see your wealth build. So I think that's probably why business is the best way. And on top of that, it's obviously one of the higher risks out there, but highest return possible, guys. That absolute highest return possible on your own investment is going to be your own business, guys. So yeah, these are my top 2 ways. Obviously, you have to be a certain type of person to want to start your own business. Not everyone, some people are okay with just going to work and working for someone else and getting paid. But hey, if everyone started their own business, there would be no one working for any businesses, right? So you obviously need people that start their own businesses, and you obviously need people that want to work for businesses. So at the end of the day, in the capitalistic society we live in, starting your own business is it can be quite rewarding. So like I said, guys, these are my 2 best ways. If you guys have better ways than these ones that aren't in the stock market, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and also throw a like on the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.